I mean, if you get mugged on the street and the thief takes all your money, but he gives you back $1, do you feel like he just gave you charity? Do you thank him for that? Are you in his debt now because he was so kind as to give you a tiny fraction of your own money back to you? I mean, seriously, call this so-called aid, call it what it really is. It's a robbery rebate. It's an insult. It's an insult. This is what they won't teach you in so-called development studies. Total American so-called aid to Africa, the whole continent, is roughly around $12 billion per year, between 10 and 12. If that sounds like a lot to you, let me put it in some kind of perspective, a little bit of perspective. The big 7 AI tech companies just spent $100 billion in the first quarter of 2025 just on data centers. That's $1 billion per day spent by just 7 companies in America, NVIDIA, OpenAI, and so on. The entire continent of Africa gets $12 billion, 12 of so-called aid from America. Do you understand? That's like 1/6 of 1% of the U.S. budget. That's like 0.17% of the U.S. budget. That's not even a crumb. It's a crumb of a crumb. And the truth is, even that measly 12 billion, most of that, you don't even actually get that yourselves in Africa. Most of that goes right back to them. So what are you even talking about? U.S. aid, American aid. The United States pretends to give $10 to $12 billion a year across the whole African continent. Health programs through, what's it called, PEPFAR, some measure of food relief, military training, and so on. A few USAID NGOs, etc., etc. But every dollar is subject to procurement regulations. They force African countries to buy American goods. It's tied to privatization clauses written by the IMF. And it's tied to basically a geopolitical loyalty oath to adhere to America's priorities in Africa. Every penny is either to buy American goods or to sell your assets to America or to sell your politicians to America. Meanwhile, the real money moves in the opposite direction. Oil, minerals, cocoa, coffee, on and on. Exxon, Chevron, Cargill, they strip the raw natural wealth out of Africa. And then they wire the profits back home, and then they hide from taxes offshore. In 2022 alone, U.S. companies imported $37 billion worth of African crude, with almost no local value added. That's between $90 and $120 billion every year that's taken from you just in crude oil and unpaid taxes. And for that $12 billion you're supposed to shut your mouth? Look at that. $12 billion coming in, $120 billion going out. They take 10 times as much.
The topic of economic sabotage, oppression, and any other activity that derails development cannot be spoken about without mentioning Africa, because this has been the center stage of all these atrocities that have been committed by the white man and the Western world, because they believe that through sabotaging Africa, then they have the opportunity for their growth. Africa is like their backbone. Africa is where they draw the resources without paying what is worth the resources. For instance, Shahid Bolsen is trying to say that America is behaving like a thief was stolen from you and then come to give you a help, which is not an inch of what he or she has stolen from you. Take, for example, in Congo, there have been wars that are sponsored, and these wars are sponsored because America wants to come to offer solutions to these wars with the main aim of mining during these times of offering the solution. They pretend to be offering this solution to the wars, yet their main aim and target is to exploit the minerals, the gold that is first placed in Congo. The moment they did what happened in Libya by killing Muammar Gaddafi at the expense of the oil that is in the country, then Africans should know that these are not genuine friends. They should have a mutual agreement with Africans without these exploitations that we see around. That is what Shahid Bolsen is trying to say. Again, I want you to watch this other video whereby this black man is saying that Britain is also following suit in what America is doing. These people are so exploitative. These people doesn't mind. They do not mind the affairs of Africans. The main aim is to become superior through the resources that are not theirs, the wealth that they haven't worked for. They want to control and ensure that Africa in its or its in it is in its knees. But as we always learn every day, as we always teach one another every day, the world has come to a point where we have to speak about these issues. We have to speak about what belongs to us, what belongs to them. Is this the way they should treat us? Are they really good in terms of their engagement with us? Is it a mutual agreement? Is there any benefit that Africa is getting from engaging with them? Then if there is a benefit, is it of value to what we offer to them? These are so many questions, or there are so many answers or questions that go unanswered when we talk about the plights of Africa. And they fear about this. That's why sometimes some channels are brought down, because they fear people who talk boldly about the need for mutual agreement between these countries without any racial segregation. Black man should also be seen to have the value he deserves. That is what message I bring today. So kindly watch this great man also speaking about this, and then I want you to share your thought in the end of the video. Tell us what you feel about it, because that is when we engage robustly and know where the world is headed. So let us engage when the video has ended. Also, if you're watching us, I request you to make a subscription to this our channel, because that is how you build us. So let's watch.
Britain has stolen billions from Africa. We demand that they return everything that they have stolen from us. Failure to do so, we know exactly what we will do. In the recent past, Britain has announced that it will lend Ghana some of the crown jewels that it looted from Ghana's Asante Kingdom 150 years ago. Question: if you steal from me, how is it that you will lend me the very thing that you stole from me? That's Britain for you. Britain also looted thousands of sculptures and plaques from the palace of the Kingdom of Benin in present-day southern Nigeria. Here's the crazy thing. Some UK museums are restricted by law from permanently giving back returning contested items, leading to loan deals as a compromise. Shockingly, these loan deals are seen as a positive step. They are not. They are tantamount to fresh robbery. Britain, Belgium, USA, and all countries that have stolen African items must simply return what they have stolen, period. Cultural appropriation also falls in this category. Everything that has been stolen from Africa must be returned to Africa.
Thank you for watching, and I appreciate your time for viewing and getting to our channel. Kindly, as I told you, if you're watching us, kindly subscribe to this channel, and also you can like, share, and most importantly, come again and again. Let us speak what matters to the growth of this world. Thank you, and may God bless you.